City of Hamilton did just come up with the Vacant Unit Tax, VUT. What can you tell us about that?
So the Vacant Unit Tax started in Toronto effective this year, January 1st, 2023. And basically it's in essence to deter from investors buying properties and leaving them empty. There's quite a bit of backlog in the landlord-tenant board, so investors and landlords are getting quite frustrated with actually having tenants in their properties, because if a tenant's not paying rent, for example, or a tenant is causing damage, it takes quite a long time to get to the landlord-tenant board and get a fair and just outcome. So what investors have been doing is leaving homes empty. And they'll be, if they're foreign buyers, even if they're domestic buyers, they'll buy a house, leave it empty, hope the equity grows, and then try and cash out a couple of years down the road. Obviously, this doesn't help with our housing crisis, so Toronto and now Hamilton have joined in and implemented this tax, which basically states that if the home or property is vacant for over or at least 6 months of the year, I think it's 182 days, if it's vacant for 182 or 183, there's a 1% tax on the value of the property that owners have to pay. There's a self-declaration process the owners will have to go through every year, so keep this in mind. If you own homes in Hamilton or Toronto, you do have to declare this yourself between January 1st and February 2nd of each year, declaring the status. There's other exemptions as well that get a little bit more in detail, and you're not always, if it's empty for a little bit more than 6 months, there may be ways around paying this 1% tax, right. But the essence is, if your home is vacant, you do have to pay a 1% tax.
Right.